Hello and welcome to Froggity Frog Crochet and this stitch guide on how to crochet the puff and V stitch. So this is a really pretty stitch that just uses puff and V stitches to create this chunky lace-like pattern. So to start this stitch, you're going to need a foundation chain in multiples of 6 plus 5 plus 2 for your turning chain. So I've gone ahead and marked the first chain for my hook because my turning chain is going to count as the first stitch of the row. And to start the V and puff stitch, we're going to make a double crochet in the 4th chain from my hook. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then in the next stitch, we're going to make a V stitch. So insert your hook into the stitch and make a double crochet, then chain 2, and working back into the same chain, make another double crochet. And this creates your V stitch. So V stitches for this stitch is double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, all in the same stitch. Okay, so once you've made your V stitch, skip the next 2 chains. And in the next chain, we're going to make a puff stitch. So it's a 3 yarn over puff stitch. So yarn over, insert your chain hook into the chain, pull up a loop. So you want to pull it up to the same height as your double crochet. Yarn over, back into the same chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, back into the same chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. So you should have 7 loops on your hook. To finish your puff, you're going to yarn over, pull through 6 loops, leaving 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. And that's how we make puff stitches for this stitch. Okay, so once you finish your puff stitch, you're going to skip the next 2 chains, and in the next chain, make another V stitch. So double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet, all in the same chain. Okay, skip the next 2 stitches. In the next stitch, make a puff. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop 3 times until you have 7 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 6 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then skip the next 2 chains and make a V stitch. So double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, all in the same stitch. And you're going to continue that all the way across your row until you have 4 chains left. Okay, so when you've got 4 stitches left, you're going to skip the next 2, and then in each of the last 2 chains, you're going to make a double crochet. And that is row 1 of the V and puff stitch. Okay, so to start row 2, we're going to turn, chain 1, make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch. Let's grab a stitch marker. And then we make a double crochet in the next stitch. So for all your rows, you're going to start and end each row with 2 double crochet. And remember, your turning chain counts as one of those double crochets. So now we're going to make a puff stitch, and we're going to make it into the chain space of the V stitch. So you make the puffs the same way as you did in the row below. Yarn over, pull up a loop 3 times. You want to pull them up, your loops up to the same height as your double crochet stitches. Yarn over, pull through 6 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, and then skip to the next puff stitch. And into the top of that puff stitch, it's right there, you're going to make a V stitch. So double crochet, chain 2, still working in that same stitch, make another double crochet to create your V-stitch. But the V and puff stitch is nice and simple in that you always make V-stitch after a puff stitch, and each V-stitch is made into the top of a puff stitch, and each puff stitch is made into the top of a V-stitch. So it's really nice, easy stitch to keep track of. So after you've made your V-stitch, you're going to make a puff into the chain space of the V-stitch in the row below. Okay, so 3 times you go into that space, have 7 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 6 loops, yarn over, pull through 7 loops. Let's grab some more yarn. And then skip to the next puff stitch and make a V-stitch. 1, 2, and double crochet back into the same stitch to make the V. Okay, and you continue this all the way down the row. And once you've made your last puff stitch into the top of that V-stitch in the row below, once you've done that, you're going to skip to the last 2 stitches and make a double crochet in each. And that just finishes off your row. And that's row 2 of the V and puff stitch. Okay, so row 3. Let's grab some more yarn. This does eat quite a bit of yarn because of all the puff stitches. Okay, turn, chain 1. Make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch of the row. And then in the next stitch, which is a double crochet from the row below, you make another double crochet. Okay, so 2 double crochets to start our row. So our next stitch is the puff stitch. Into the top of that puff, you're going to make a V-stitch. So double crochet, chain 2, and then double crochet into the same stitch to make your V. Your next stitch is a V-stitch, so into there, in the chain space, you make puff. So really nice, easy repeat all the way across your rows. Sorry, my husky hair has got in the way. The molting of it at the minute. A lot, I should say. Okay, so our husky has gone. So after your puff stitch, which you've made it in the V, your next stitch is the puff stitch, and to the top of that, you make a V-stitch. So double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, all into that same stitch that is above your puff, and then puff into the V-stitch. And you carry this on all the way across your row. Puff stitch into the V-stitches, V-stitches at the top of the puff stitches. There's no other stitches in between. So last stitch of this row is on the top of the puff stitch, so we'll make a V-stitch. And finish that. And that will leave us with the last 2 stitches, and into each of those we make a double crochet. 1 and 2. And that's row 3. So to continue the V and puff stitch, you're going to repeat rows 2 and 3 until you have as many rows as you need. And there you have your stitch guide on how to crochet the puff and V stitch. I would love to see what you make with this stitch. Please do come and show us over in our Facebook group, Froggity Frogs Ribbons and Stitch. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well for more crochet stitches, hints and tips and free patterns as well. Also, I would love to hear if there's any other stitches or tutorials that you would like to see here on Froggity Frogs channel. Please do let me know in the comments, and your video could be the next one I make. So thank you for watching. I shall see you next time in the next video. Bye for now.